Yeah, that's right.
Not enough. Yep. I didn't tell you.
All right, we in there. All right, so yeah, we coming back now. Yeah, so I'm gonna get this right here because the brother was saying that no matter what we do, these people are always going to hate us. Okay, the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, America is never going to love y'all. Okay, especially the so-called white man. The most you got Genesis 3:16. The Most High God set up the so-called white man to be against you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. But this is what Doc Rivers said. It says, in the water Karataza, I don't Rataza. I mean, y'all Bashimi al Shah Brakata. We wasn't fucking known. He like running stuff messed up. Okay, he like messing up streams and things like that. But this is what Doc Rivers said. It says we keep loving this talking about our people, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are God's only people. This is what he said. It says we keep loving this country, and this country does not love us back. He said, coming down here making a choice. It says what stands out to me is just watching the Republicans convention viewing this fear. All you hear is Donald Trump and all of them talking about fear. It says we're the ones getting killed. We're the ones getting shot. We're the ones that were denied to live in certain communities, which is redlining. We've been hung. We've been shot. All you do is keep hearing about fear. It's amazing why we keep loving this country and this country does not love us back. Like, like I should just be a coach. I'm so often reminded of my color. It's just really sad. We got to do better, but we got to demand better. It's funny, we protest, they send riot guards, they send people in riot outfits, they go up to Michigan with guns, and they're spitting on cops. Nothing happened, right? Because Esau, they can do whatever they want to do. They go up there with guns, disrespecting cops, spitting on them, and then nothing happens, like he said. But we protest, and they send in the National Guard, the Army, the CIA, the Secret Service. It says, well, like you said, we got to demand change, and the only way that change is going to come is if we come back to Yahweh Bashim Shah, because you can't expect the devil to actually give you rights and what you say.
Can't help you out. You can't. Yeah, this doesn't make sense.
Why would he do that? Why would Satan cast out Satan? That makes no sense.
It's a whole nother nation, you know?
Right. Why would they get themselves in trouble for what they the one telling people to do it?
This is Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow. Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman.
Now the thee and the woman is talking about the Edomites and the Israelites. Okay, the serpent, he has the spirit of the Edomites. Those are the Edomites. And you got the woman being the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
And between thy seed and her seed.
Between all the children, all their children, and all our children. Because they say, oh, racism is taught. Well, so-called racism, because we know racist to mean to be for your people. But racism, the way they say it, they call it the hate of the people. And they say this is taught. No. According to the Bible, these people are born that way. Yahweh Shimi Shai set it up to where he put hatred between our people.
It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel.
It says they shall bruise our head. And who's our head? Yahweh Shai. Okay? They crucified him, but he came back. Okay? And it says we're going to bruise that heel. And that's a representation. what you call them, 6 and 9? 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. And it says we're going to bruise their heel. What is that talking about? That's talking about Jacob grabbing the heel of Esau, his twin brother. Okay? Jacob grabbing the heel of Esau. Y'all know what that's about?
I'm trying to figure it out.
Are y'all Christians?
We were raised.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So-
Absolutely.
So this picture without the horns, they say that's Jesus, right?
Mhm.
Well,
Okay.
the Bible says that who they call Jesus, he looks nothing like that.
So the whole world's been under a false god.
Well, it's just an artist's interpretation.
Okay,
Oh.
okay. Let's say
Right,
your
interpret
dad. Let's say your well, it's not interpretation, because let's say your dad was a war hero, right?
Right.
And you're obviously a so-called white man, right?
Yeah.
Now,
So cold.
well, you're not really white.
Are you white?
Am I
Because
white?
You see the sign
Color
is white,
You look like your
And-
shirt. You that color?
and y'all don't blend in. That's why I say so-called white.
So, am I that color?
Yeah,
No,
so
right.
we're not white.
No,
y'all
no,
not
wait.
black.
Hey, we're on your side, dude. So
No, I'm just-
I get where you're going with this, but we are on your side.
No,
so,
I was just breaking down
Yeah.
what I meant by so-called white.
Yeah.
So,
so
imagine
is your
you're-
point is your point that you don't want people to call people white people or black
No, no,
people?
no,
You
no,
want
no,
us to
no.
call people people, right? Because
No.
that's what I agree with.
I
Is
just
that what
wanted
you're
to,
trying to say?
I just wanted to be
All
correct.
people are not people. We're all different.
I
No,
just-
but we're created equal, right?
No.
well,
How come?
well, God
The
didn't create us
the
equal.
Lord said it. We're not equal.
The Bible.
The
Do you
Bible-
think you're equal?
Huh?
Do you think you're equal to me?
No.
Well,
Really?
we don't know who you are.
Why?
We
So
don't know
why?
who you
We're
are.
all created equal.
We don't know who you are.
Let me,
But I'll get Deuteronomy 7:6. But I'll tell you, like, we don't know who y'all are.
right.
But
right.
according to the Bible, the majority of people who are so-called white are Edomites. They're at the bottom of the class
Wait,
of people.
the what? The what?
Edomites.
What the heck is that?
So it's the nation of Edom. So basically, the forefathers of the white people,
so-called white people.
the so-called white people, would be Esau. Esau, biblically, his biblical name, he birthed
Woo.
the nation of Edom.
It's like I'm
Basically,
like, what?
y'all if the majority of the so-called white
Watch out,
people,
don't hit that.
Are you videoing?
the majority of the so-called white people, their forefathers are Esau. It goes into red, being red. That's what it goes back to. Because
Alright.
when he was born, he was red.
All right.
So now the whole point is, God made tears, because you know a cheetah is a cat, right? The house cat, another cat.
Feline,
Uh,
yeah.
Exactly. You got lions, another cat.
Yeah.
Leopards. These are all part of cats, but it's hierarchy. You know that, right? It's hierarchy within that cat family. Like they're not all equal, right?
Well, because one can eat the others, yeah, they're not all equal. Then that
Okay,
would be
now
right.
God created
Can
people
we
the
fast
same
forward?
exact way.
Sorry, I'm
She just wants the point.
I just want the point.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the point.
I know.
So the point
My
is,
husband does that to me all the time because
Hey,
you're like
get to the
me.
point, honey.
so the point is, God created 18 races of people, and then He ranked them all,
Okay.
and none of them are equal.
Okay.
Now the Israelites, which are predominantly the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, are the top species on the planet. But this isn't necessarily based on them, because since we've been in slavery, under every race of people, we could look like other people. Like you could be an Israelite, even though on the outside you look like an Edomite. You could be an Israelite. She could be an Israelite. So even though the color is an indicator, we predominantly go by the spirit. Like you know Bruce Lee, right? I know you know who he is.
Yeah.
So he looks like a Chinese man, but we believe through his spirit he goes back to a so-called black, Latino, or Native American. We believe that through the spirit. Because when
But
the
what's
Lord,
it matter?
why does
But
it
what's
matter?
it matter?
Let's see.
See,
This
that's
is
the
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
You don't have
For
to shout.
thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So he said he made these particular people
You're a good
above
speaker.
everybody on the face of the earth. So that's why it matters, right? If God said he set people up better than everybody, doesn't that matter?
Yeah, but there's a lot of things in the Bible. So what's your at the end of the day? What's the point?
At
All
the
the
end,
Israelites-
So you're saying there's a hierarchy.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
And the Lord,
so
who
that
they call
hierarchy
Jesus,
is now coming in. It's a lot.
All right. All right.
So basically, the reason why your society is now crumbling is because the Lord is now dealing back with his people. It tells you in the scriptures that the so-called white man, he's basically lied to the whole world, and that the world will be given into the hands of the wicked for a short amount of time. So when you so-called white people ruling, they ruled in
12,
wickedness. Everything that they have is in wickedness. So now that wickedness is now the Lord's about to judge. Why? Because his people, his chosen nation, that it says in Deuteronomy 7:6, like I read, they're now begging for him again. They don't want to be like the heathen. We don't want to be like the white man. We don't want to be like the Chinese man. We want our own
Are
society.
you part of a certain church of some sort, or
This is the church.
Just
Church
you
of
three?
Yahushua.
the Church of what?
Yahushua, which you know to be so-called Jesus. He wasn't a Greek, so the term
Did you?
Jesus.
You guys started this yourself?
Nope.
Somebody else started it.
So what we're doing is basically now you're about to see judge or Salaki. You're about to see righteousness come back on the planet, and that righteousness is going to be through the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
And
That's why
and Israelite foreigners.
Do you guys vote?
No.
No.
The Bibles it's against
Why?
us voting in. We're not allowed to set up other races of people over our people.
Why would we help your kingdom?
Right.
You people oppress us.
Because you live in
their
it.
kingdom.
We
That's
don't know.
actually,
We don't know if
built
he's
it.
an Edomite.
Huh?
We don't- we don't know.
So you're saying
I know, but you
oppress
live in it. So
Well,
I
we're
will
not
just
talking
tell
about
you.
y'all.
Yeah, but see,
I know,
but
let me
isn't
just
it-
tell you
that's
about
you're
me.
categorizing it.
I'm from England,
Yeah.
and I came here from another country, right? And I'm going to tell you something right now that might blow your mind, and maybe it will, maybe it won't. I came from another country, from England, 32 years ago. We have systems in England that work a hell of a lot better than they do over here, right?
Oh, I know about English.
So what I'm going to tell you is, I vote, and I vote for someone who cares about everyone in this country, right? And it's a real misconception when a lot of people think another person is the right person. I'm just going to tell you my opinion, right? I'll tell you why. I will tell you why. Because what I found out from being an immigrant myself, right? There are a lot of people that come here from another country illegally, right?
Wait, who?
Huh?
Give me an example.
People that come here from another country that don't come
Arabs?
here with a visa. It doesn't matter where they're from. I'm not generalizing like a race or a cult
But
or
you
anything.
talking about America?
I'm talking about when you come here from another country. I'm assuming you're free. You're born here, right? Are you born here?
Yeah, they're American.
Right? So you're American. You're born here.
Sadly. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Okay. Well, you might not be so sad when I'm finished, right? Let me speak. Please, just give me a second.
Go
Right?
ahead, we'll listen.
So we have systems in this country that says if you come into this country, you have to have a visa to come here, a visitor visa or a work visa or any kind of visa, right? But there are a lot of people that just walk through this country, and they do it in my country as well, right? And they don't have the right documentation. So guess what? All those jobs that are out there that people can't get, they're being given to people that are doing that, right? So I'm against illegal immigration. I'm against it because I'm a legal immigrant. I became an alien.
Let me ask you this.
Hold on, sweetie. An alien. What do you call it? Resident alien. Because I came here with the right documentation. I was sponsored by a company. I'm a hairdresser, right? I was a hairdresser in England. I went and worked on cruise ships, and then came over here, got a fantastic job, right? From Surrey. But I got a fantastic job, and I came here with $200 in my pocket. I never went to college. I started doing hair. I worked 7 days a week, right? And I put all my money away. I didn't spend money like crazy. When in my 20s, I got, messed up with drugs. I was smoking pot. I had a car accident. I did all kinds of stuff. I got hooked on cocaine. I saw people die from it. And I said, you know what? I'm not doing that. I'm not going to live my life like that. And so then I started working really hard, and I worked 7 days a week. I then was working in salons, and I saw all these salon owners that were doing stuff wrong. And I said, I'm going to do this right. So I got a building. I saved really hard for my own house from work, just being a hairdresser, right? Just being a hairdresser. No college degree, because that's bullshit. You don't need to go to college. There's all these people out there that think you got to get a college degree. First of all, you can go to Nova for $3,000 a year, and you get a grant to get $3,000 a year. Many jobs won't even hire you if you don't even have a college degree, which is a bunch of shit as well, right? But that's okay. But even if you do need that college degree, you don't need to get a fancy college. You don't need to spend $300,000 on fencing, right? So you can literally go to beauty school for $15,000, $16,000 a year and be a barber, be a hairdresser, be anything you
I
want.
don't mean to cut you off because we have a broadcast right now.
Okay,
So let me ask you this.
Oh, am I on video?
Yeah, you are. But your back's turned. You're fine.
What I'm trying to tell you is there's a lot of people breaking the law, or they're not filing their taxes, they're not paying it, right?
But the
You
people
can
who are
go-
ahead of the law and the taxes, they stole this.
And before
Trying to make you like millions of dollars here.
But besides that,
they stole this land.
I don't want to be on video.
Watch out,
Don't
watch out.
put me on Facebook.
what you're saying is,
Yeah.
I totally understand. But there's one question I have.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with the so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans?
Because I'm all for people that come here legally that belong here.
But nobody,
Because-
but the
yes,
people,
they do.
the
If they're
people who
born
run
here,
this place don't belong here.
if they born
They stole
here,
this land.
sweetie, if they're born here, they belong here.
Okay,
But
let's say
the people that are being given jobs and benefits, those could be given benefits to the poor people.
So say
Have
if
you
you were
been
pregnant.
to
we're
California?
the poor people.
This
I
system
know.
doesn't
We're the
work.
Just think about it. Just say if
Nobody
you-
cares about us.
I care.
Nobody
I
cares
care.
about us.
I'm trying to tell you how
So
you
if
can
you-
make yourself a ton of money. You want me to show you how to cut your beard and cut your friend's hair and make
No.
some money?
We
So
want-
let me ask you
That's
this. So what
against
you
our
no,
law.
see
Cut
what
our
you
beard.
what she's implying is that we don't have money because
No, I'm not. He's
That's-
just said he's poor. Are you
No,
poor?
I said our people.
yeah, we're talking about our
Okay.
people.
Well, if you're not
As a
poor, that's
nation.
great.
Right. So what
I'm
I'm
not
asking you
implying
is this.
anything.
I can no, listen, but what I'm
Don't
asking you
be
is this.
offended by what I'm saying. I'm
not
trying to
offended,
help
right?
you. I'm trying to understand what you're
Right.
saying.
But what
right?
I'm asking you is this:
Yeah.
what we're preaching and how we just told you who that is.
Yeah.
What you're saying has nothing to do with our nation. Because guess what? There's projects I maybe once again.
Tell them about Black Wall Street. Maybe
Yeah.
show them.
So whenever the
Actually,
so-called
no,
black,
actually, you know
yeah,
about
do you
it.
know about Black Wall Street first?
No.
Okay, so yeah, whenever, so this was, I want to say, 30, 40, 50 years ago, something like that, around there. We tried to basically have our own
We didn't
economy,
try. We
but
did.
we did have our own economy, to where we actually had our own banks, we had our own system set
Okay,
up.
you're talking we as
It was all black people in
All
this one
blacks.
town.
And literally, so basically trying to set up like a kingdom, you know what I mean? Like have our own set of rules, everything. The government,
Hold on, we had doctors, lawyers.
But why
Like
do
you
we
said,
have our own
banks.
set of rules? Why can't we all be together? Why,
Hold on.
why do we have to segregate?
We're just-
why,
we're
why
just-
does that
well,
even have to
The,
happen?
well, the Bible
That
wants
was
us.
years ago.
God
We
wants
tried
us
to
to
change
celebrate.
that.
God
We
wants
tried
us
to
to
change
separate.
that.
You
it's not
can't
gonna
change
change
it.
it.
You
can't
can't.
change that.
You
You
cannot
can.
change
You
it.
I
have
thought
to
you was
change
Christian.
mindset.
I thought y'all was
Exactly.
Christians, but
I am, but,
but-
I care about people being equal.
But we
If
can't
you-
be
the
No
more
one's
you
equal,
think-
sweetie.
Well, you want to be equal but separate.
no,
Is that what they
No,
do?
no.
Nobody
That's
wants
the
to
whole
be
thing. No one wants to
We're
be
not
equal.
equal.
We're not equal.
We're not equal.
You're saying you're not.
God wants separation.
Exactly.
I don't.
God
But
wants
you're
separation.
saying that. You're saying that you're not equal. Why
No,
aren't
no.
you?
God says
You're
we're
not
not
equal if you don't believe you're equal.
Okay.
You're as every.
No,
you're
I
as
think
every
when you
bunch of my
equate,
equal.
listen, when you equate equal, I think you're thinking that we think we're lower than you. No, no, no. What we're trying to tell you is that God has a chosen people that are above, like at the scripture we read.
Yeah.
We're those people. There's no equality. So now it makes sense as to why my
We're
people
trying
get
to
killed so
make
much.
equality.
But guess what?
But that's
You
we'll
keep
be
saying
losing
that.
that.
No,
We'll
no,
be
no.
losing if we do that.
So,
we
so
do lose.
We're
essentially,
the best on the planet. So why
So-
we sink to
Why
be
would we
an
sink
equal?
to your level?
What level?
Not y'all level,
Meaning the
but
heathen. Like
the
why?
heathen.
Look how the world
Anybody
is ran.
who's
So,
not
so you're comfortable with how this world is ran? Like you think everything right now is good.
no,
You
you
don't-
didn't say that at all.
and think about this.
Because I was raised differently. but
Why is the world getting
I was
worse as
raised
time
that
goes
everyone
on?
is equal.
It's
Doesn't
not.
matter what
It's
colour your
it's
face
it's
is,
the
doesn't
matrix
matter
you
where
live
you're
in
from.
the news you
You
watch.
know, we all come out the same way, and we should all
You
be
people-
given an education.
No,
we
no,
should
no.
all be given
That's-
chances.
that's-
So you don't see your economy
What you're
crumbling.
saying.
You don't see the dollar crumbling.
Why
You don't
why
see
do you-
small businesses
Why do you
looking
think
done.
why do you think that's happening?
Because you're literally the people who run this world are elitist and they're globalists.
It's essentially because the nation state of China did not thwart and keep internally that disease. This economy, the
Oh,
economy
Lord.
was roaring, and essentially in China
But this land
they
is
stopped.
stolen.
In China, no, so you want to talk about the economy? Just a little snippet. In
No, it's a
China,
fact. This
they
land was stolen.
stopped. They stopped all domestic travel in China. They did
They
not.
should.
No, they did not stop any international travel.
So
And do you
instead-
realize when northern Italy was hammered with the virus? You know why that is? Because Wuhan and near Venice in northern Italy, there's a lot of Chinese business in northern Italy, and that's why they got hammered, because they didn't give a shit what they were exporting.
You're
But they
following
completely
the right
thwarted
left
it off
paradigm.
in terms of what's
See,
happening in China.
Amazon
You guys are
causing
following
that.
you're following the right left paradigm though, because you look at things carnally. You're not looking at things spiritually. Your world is crumbling, and you guys are trying to make an excuse.
But everyone has to eat.
But everybody's
There's a
not
I'm
going.
not
famine
gonna eat
coming.
those leaves.
Oh,
I'm
you
not
may
gonna eat
have
those
to,
leaves.
but you may have to.
We
You
have
know
to
why?
eat, right?
There's a famine coming, sweetheart. There's plagues coming.
Yeah,
There's pestilence.
if you, well, let me not say
You
that.
guys literally are walking
Clearly
around
gonna
with
rile you
masks.
up, but I'm telling you,
You're walking around with masks, and you
Well,
can't.
hell,
stand-
I don't want to wear the mask.
we don't
Exactly.
want to wear the mask.
Right, but
But we
guess.
do, because if we want to go into business and support someone's business, we have to do it. I
And listen,
want to
hold on,
support
hold on.
them.
So keep that what you just said in mind. So
I
guess
just
what?
bought this $25.
So hold on.
I want to
So hold
support
on.
this lady who owns
So if
the
your
business.
government,
But
so
she
if your
doesn't allow
government says,
business.
hey, what you just said,
Yeah.
for you to go into a building
Yeah.
and buy something,
Yeah.
guess what?
Okay.
You got to be vaccinated. You got to get a chip in you. Are you going to do it, Christian?
Who says that?
No,
Chip?
I'm asking.
No.
I'm asking you. If your government said that,
Yeah.
No.
you would get the chip.
I mean, if they said I'd go to
You
jail
would?
if I don't get one, I would. I'm not going to jail. I'm sure that's not a nice
I
place.
get to happen.
Your
Hey,
husband
look,
said you're not
I've
getting it.
spent my entire
Please don't go to
career
jail either.
working for the federal government, national defense, and believe me, be careful of the federal government.
Are you saying they won't tell us to do that?
No, I didn't say they wouldn't.
Oh,
He asked me a question: would I get a chip?
Listen,
And I say, hell no.
if this turns
I
in-
want
if
my
this-
freedom.
if this
I don't want
country-
people to track
I
where I
come from
go.
But listen to your wife
if
though.
this country turns
She just said
into-
she put on a mat. She's
Oh, well,
she's being indoctrinated.
You have
buddy.
to wear
No,
a mask.
I'm
see,
just
listen to-
saying.
At work, I
I'm
have to
just
wear a
saying,
mask.
I agree
Exactly.
with
So
the
when they
law,
say you
right?
have
I
to
agree
wear a
with the
mask to
law,
go in the store, all of a sudden
right?
you think you're
It's
just going to be in the
about
spirit of
respecting the law,
no.
right?
I
You're
do.
being indoctrinated.
I wear the
I
mask.
said, once again,
Hey, I do believe.
You think it's
I
exciting?
agree with
You guys
you
don't vote?
on
Really?
federal government overreach.
You
It's
know
getting
your life can change if you vote. Really?
When has voting never
That's
helped
when
us?
is voting? When is voting helped out so-called Black
Ever.
Latinos and Native Americans?
Because maybe you're voting for the wrong person.
Every time,
Hold on,
since
hold on.
at the beginning
Hold
of life.
Hold on, let me
Have
get this
you?
straight. Let me get this straight. We
No,
live
but
in a
have
so-called free country, right?
Yeah.
And we gotta vote so we don't get killed.
Well, why would
Nobody's running around killing white people at presidents and numbers, right?
Yeah, they are.
Where in
Yeah,
America?
they are.
it's all over? You
You
just
know,
don't see
I
it.
say, I say in
Do
America.
you know who's killing? Do you know who's killing some of my friends
In America.
that were white?
Who?
Do you know
Who?
the people that sell them drugs? I don't care who they are,
Who sells
but
them drugs?
someone sold them
You
drugs
talking
because
about
they died of a
America?
drug
Hold on,
overdose.
hold on,
Right?
hold on.
So who sold them?
You
Where
talking
did
about
the drugs
America?
come from?
Are you talking about
Where
America?
did they come from?
That's what I'm about to
That's
ask you.
what he's
Hold on, hold on.
Where
bro.
did they come from?
They come
South
from.
America.
And how'd they
How
get
are
here?
they getting here? Illegal
Exactly.
immigration.
No,
That's
no,
what I keep
no,
trying
no,
to
no,
tell
no,
you.
no,
So you think the
Hold on, hold on.
American government does not know that literally tons of drugs are coming across the damn
They do.
They
border?
They build
do,
the wall.
and why do you think they allow it?
To
I'm asking,
destroy,
why did they
to
allow
destroy these people.
it? No,
Wow.
wrong,
Why?
wrong.
You
know
tell us
why?
why.
Because they want those people here so they can get their vote,
No,
right?
that doesn't
Yes.
make sense.
Yes.
So I'm
Oh,
gonna drug
absolutely.
you to get your
Propaganda.
vote.
You are
That's
Yes.
fake news.
No, sweetie,
Yeah, you're
it's
listening.
not.
Yeah.
That's fake
It
news.
is not. You're not.
That's fake
I'm
news.
telling you right now.
You heard that off of TV.
Look, I'm telling you right now. I called IRS, right? Do you know we have over $600 billion worth of unreported income in this country? Did you know that? Did you know that?
That's why they
So
want the
my
market of
friend-
beast.
My friend, he's black too, lovely man, Derek Lindsay, works for the IRS. I said to him, I found out that people are literally adding their friends' kids to their tax returns so that they can get
What's wrong with
$3,000,
that?
right? It's a scam. It's illegal,
So
right?
the,
Oh, so now you're going to say
the
that's
people who
okay?
run this country stole it. That's illegal,
No.
right?
Stole
No.
from who?
Stop.
Indian.
So the
Right.
Native
Those
Americans,
people right
Look.
there
the Israelites.
broke over
Look.
700
What do you
treaties.
mean the Israelites?
The
Israelites
Native
have nothing to
Americans
do
are
with
the Israelites.
No, not.
Yes,
They
they
are.
are.
They're
Okay,
not.
prove they're not
Do you
Israelites.
think people should be
prove
allowed
that
to
they
sell
are.
illegal
In the
drugs?
Bible, what do you
They
mean?
the curses.
Oh,
If it-
so-
all
wait,
the
wait,
curses-
wait,
I can
so
prove right
in the
now.
Bible it talks about Native America?
Do you
No.
realize? No.
The
Right?
people.
They,
Do you
they
realize
tell you
that
the
our government
Israelites
is
are
corrupt?
going to fit
You realize
curses.
that,
Oh, yeah.
right? That's what I believe, right?
Right.
But we have to
Now, I
change
get
that.
the
We need a
Israelites
business
and the
person in
Levant.
here to change
I don't
that,
see the
right?
connection to
So
Native
we have
America.
over $600 billion worth of tax evasion and unreported taxes that could be helping the poor people. Let's just take
They
California.
never help the
Let's
poor.
take California. Who
They will
runs
never
California?
help the poor.
Who runs
Sweetie, are
California?
those my people that's doing that? What people are the? Whose people are in the authority?
They got a lesson to do,
Whose
babe.
people are in
The
the authority?
government, the Democratic
What
government.
color?
what color are they?
What color are they?
What color are
Doesn't
they?
matter. If they're
Of
in
course it
power.
matters.
No.
It ain't us.
No.
It ain't us.
Doesn't matter what color they
Of
are.
course it does.
There's people that are there. That, look, so many governments are corrupt, right? So many governments are
Oh,
corrupt.
we're talking about this one.
Yeah, I know. And this one, the worst problems we have in this country are run by democratic cities.
White people.
Democratic cities, whether
White
they're white
people.
or black, democratic
There is no
cities.
such thing as
Because
no. They're all white.
look, I'm telling you right now.
You know, we started this off. We said
I know.
the world is ran through wickedness
I know.
through the wicked. So
But-
guess what?
But the
When the
benefits-
when the
no.
wicked are in authority, the people mourn. When we are in authority,
Do
you're
you
gonna
believe
rejoice.
That we should all be offered. Do you think we should be offered a handout or an opportunity? What do you think is better, opportunity or a handout?
I don't care about
You're,
this.
well,
I'm
the
asking
so-called
you.
white man have been given
Hey,
handouts
give me-
because
Doesn't work.
What do you mean doesn't work? He's on top of the world because of his handouts.
God,
What handouts was he given?
Well, the sword for starters.
God.
What?
He was given the sword just
The
to
sword,
kill.
so the modern day gun. So basically, so how they took over the world is through nuclear capability. The Lord said that would be y'all gift, or so-called white people's gift.
So you guys are way back there. I'm like way forward. I'm
Yeah,
trying
we're
to
still
stand
here.
up now.
What happened during
That's
9/11?
I know, but that's
They're
you
still
keep
feeling
bringing
that
up
to
the
this day.
They're
past.
still ruling with your army.
It's
That's
still
what
going
Michelle
on.
Obama does. She
It's
keeps
still going
doing
on.
that. she keeps bringing
We
it
don't
up.
care about
in
Obama.
in the window. Like I see where you're
It
going.
doesn't.
Stop.
It doesn't.
Stop.
It's not. I'm really trying to tell you that you're not seeing the big picture here.
No, we're seeing the big
We're
picture.
seeing it.
You're not seeing the big picture.
Okay.
God set up
Understand?
white people to hate
I'm
black people.
hungry.
Do you understand? Do you understand that when you run a business, you pay taxes, right?
Sweetheart,
Right?
sweetheart.
Yeah,
Okay. Do you understand that?
It's not supposed to be like that. God didn't create
So we
taxes.
shouldn't pay taxes?
No, not
Yeah.
not to the
Have
so-called
you
white
ever-
man.
Have you ever been to a country that doesn't have a nice road like this, and you
We
have
work
to?
for
A
free.
nice
This is not a
road?
nice road.
This
We
is a
don't
nice
like this.
road.
We work for
I
free.
know, but you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
anymore.
Why are we paying taxes
don't
when we
anymore.
built this place?
You don't anymore.
The
That's
railroad,
what I'm trying to
the
say.
But we-
infrastructure,
okay.
You're right, and it's
everything.
disgusting.
And where's our
But it's
40
not
acres
like
and a
that
mule?
anymore.
Where's our 40 acres and a mule at? We never got
We
there.
never got
So,
Where's
that.
wait,
that
do you
at?
think you're
I
entitled
can
for
teach you how to cut hair.
Do you
and
know
you
where
can
your
do
stock
it.
market
for it,
started?
right?
No, but do you think you're entitled?
No, we're
Oh,
entitled
we're
to the
entitled
world.
to the world.
Then why
Thus
do you
saith
think
the
that?
Lord.
We don't even-
Do you
we
know
don't
your
want
stock
that.
market? You know how it started? Do you know how you start today? Your stock market. Do you know?
I don't know the specific genesis.
So
of
it
that.
literally, it was slave trade. So what you see is Nasdaq and everything, that started through slave trade.
Slave trade.
You gotta pay for that.
All
I did
for
not
our
know
people.
Yeah.
All for
Yeah.
our ancestors.
So you know in
died for that.
1681 that the term white and black were formed as a social, basically a social structure. Do you know that?
What site? What'd you say? 16 what?
1681.
What about it?
Social
That's
construct.
it was a social construct. That's when the term white and black started.
The term's white and black.
You're not white. We're not black. Come on, who we fooling? You know it. You know
We
it.
just
But
broke
you're
this
not
down. Look, none of us is
This
black.
is black.
But the brown-
Hey, let me ask you this.
brown, right?
You this color?
Yeah.
You that color? You're that
No,
color?
But you know what? That's what people call me, right? That's what people call
Call me
me.
the whitey.
So what should they call me?
They should
Right.
call if you
They call
from
me
what
a
I
person.
see and from what
People
the
who
Person,
look
spirit,
like you
right?
you
are,
would
are
be an
Esau.
Edomite.
Esau.
We will call you an Edomite. We will call you a
I
heathen.
want to be called Lorraine. I'm sorry, I just put everyone my name.
That's what you
That's
would
what I
be.
want to be called. Why do
Lorraine,
we have to?
Edom.
Why do we have to classify everyone based on their color?
You know
That
why?
is
Because we need
stupid.
truth.
It's
That's the
stupid.
problem. No, it's not.
But America,
It is.
this
That's the
world is
problem.
about that.
Huh?
This
The
world is already about that.
classification.
Look, I think the world is all about money
No, it's
and
not.
living and having a great life.
The
Because
world
we
is about
have one
keeping our
life.
people
It's
at the
about
bottom.
keeping, it's
We
about
have one
keeping
life
us
to-
at the bottom because
No,
they know
the world is
once
That's
we
what I'm
rise,
trying to
it's a
tell
wrap.
you. I'm trying to tell you that. Rise above that. Rise above that. Don't listen to them.
Have you heard about
Don't
Venezuela?
listen to them.
What do you know about Venezuela? Maduro, you know
Right.
Maduro, right?
You know what I'm going to say one
Hold on,
more
hold on. Wait, you know about Maduro, right? One of y'all know about Maduro. Nicolas Maduro. Is he a good guy or a bad guy?
Is he a socialist or not?
Is he
No,
a good
that's
guy or a
not the
bad
question. Is he a good guy or a bad guy?
guy? The way
I don't
America
know. I don't
paints
know
him.
who he is. I don't know
Maduro
who he
is
is.
the guy that lost the election, right?
No, he didn't lose the election. He didn't lose.
Oh, there I am.
We're talking about a
Dealing
couple
with
months
somebody
ago.
Where is this going? On
America,
Facebook?
YouTube.
What are you
America
putting this?
said-
Please don't put us on YouTube.
America
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
We don't need to be on YouTube. What we're trying to
America
say to
said
you
that
is
Nicolas Maduro, he's a bad
we
guy.
are
He's
for
oppressing the
equality,
people.
okay?
right?
We are for
Have
equality.
you heard about
But
this?
if you
I
keep
know.
trying
I
to
know.
bring
There's
up the
two.
top, we
There's a
are.
guy that lost the
gotta
election
believe
and a
that.
guy that's trying
Why
to
don't you
take.
believe that?
Okay.
My father said
Don't
that's
say
not
nothing, bro.
Well, your
Yeah,
father
yeah.
said that
Nicolas-
same about other
Nicolas
people.
Maduro.
But
Yeah,
I would love to be
He-
your friend.
Nicolas
You're a
Maduro. They
smart
say he's a
guy.
bad
You're a
guy.
fantastic
He's
speaker.
oppressing his people.
But when you
He's
live
not
in the
feeding them.
past-
He's killing them. Have you
I
heard
lived
that?
in the past. I had my business
No,
stolen.
I know that
I had my
Venezuela
business
is in
stolen
sad
by
shape
a
because
young
they're social-
25-year-old
they're
that
socialist,
went
that
into my
government.
computer
Okay,
and
now,
stole my
They
the
were a
government
very
here-
prosperous nation.
I'm suing her right
If
now.
it's the government
She
here
doesn't care
is doing
about
that
her
to us.
family because
No,
you
no.
know what? She's a
They're not doing
she's a
that to
young
us?
woman with
No, it's
with
what I was
children.
We're not being
Say.
oppressed.
She doesn't care about
We're not being
anyone
oppressed.
because she included all these people and manipulated them to
We're not
help
being
her,
oppressed.
right? Now they're all in a lawsuit with me
You hear this?
because I'm
No.
fighting for my
He
rights.
said we're not being oppressed.
That's why.
Have you ever been to any ghettos on the planet? Any
Yeah,
ghettos?
yeah,
yeah.
Well, in America.
Yeah.
Have you been to any ghettos?
Yeah.
Yes.
Name one. You've been to
I've been to Harlem.
Harlem. And who lives in Harlem?
Well, it's changed over the years.
Okay.
Gentrified.
Recently, who lives there?
Black people.
Who else?
So our building's on the
White
other side of that. So
Come on.
Because they started gentrifying.
Let's say. Let's say. Okay.
This isn't a test. Just tell us the answer.
we have
We don't
Okay.
know. You're asking who. We're saying we
But
don't
you
know.
said you
No,
don't-
he's just trying to provoke
don't know.
thought. That's all.
The point is, in every bad neighborhood in America,
Yeah.
our people is there being oppressed. That's the point.
Yeah.
This place has more oppression than any place on the planet.
Okay, I'm
That's
going
a
to tell
fact.
you. I'll tell you about my friend who lives in the ghetto. Right, my friend. I hired her several weeks ago, and she stopped working for me.
What
So
ghetto?
a girl who lives in Southeast Washington, right? She hates it there. She's lovely. She's absolutely lovely.
where I was
She's-
Why does she hate it
She's
there?
really, huh?
Why does she hate? It's bad over there.
She just doesn't. She
Why?
doesn't like it. She
Why?
said it. She just doesn't like it. She said it's just a rough neighborhood. There's a lot of crime, right? She doesn't like it. So this is what I said to her. Do you know she worked for a salon owner in DC for 2 years?
They do around
right?
20, 15.
She worked for this guy for 2 years, right? She was making about $700 a week, right? $700 a week, just being his assistant. So I said to her, "Did he put your tips on paycheck?" And she said no. And I said, "Why not?" And she said, "I don't know. That's how he runs his business." I said, "Well, he's running an illegal business. Call the IRS and report him. You'll get a reward, right?"
Wow.
So listen, hear me out. So I said to her, I said, "Listen," and I said, "He took away." I said, "How much money did you make in tips?" She said, $350 a week. And I said, "Really? So let's do the math. That's $40,000 over 2 years. How much is your rent where you work right now?" She goes, "Not where you live." She goes, $900 a month. She's behind on her rent. So then she starts coming to work and she's getting $700 wigs done. She's getting $250 eyelash extensions done. And I said, "I'm not going to use her name."
Sounds like Jake.
Right? I said, "I'm not going to use her name." Do you know what I said to her? I said, "Sweetie, stop."
No, stand.
I said, "Honey," I said, "Do you realize your rent is on your head? Do you realize you eat out every single day? I have the money to eat out in a restaurant, but I don't. Neither does Mike, right? He went to college. He never even had a car in college. He never even paid, his parents didn't pay for college. He paid himself through college. All 4 boys went to college and they all paid their own way, right? Their parents were poor. My parents didn't have any money either, but they taught us work ethic. So I said to her,
Oh, wait.
hold on. So I said to her, "Do you realize that ghetto that you hate living in, you could have been out of it if you just reported all your income?" And she goes, "I don't want to do that. I need that money." And I said, "So who do you think is paying your rent right now?" So she goes, "What do you mean?" And I said, "When you're in any kind of government-assisted program that's coming from taxpayers. So now you're saying you need that money, but yet you're not willing to pay your taxes. But I'm going to tell you, if you pay your taxes, you can go get a beautiful apartment and you can live anywhere you want." And she just didn't get it. And I said, "Look," I said, "you're going to Don Tacos every day for lunch, $12. I can make a sandwich for about $1.50.
Do you know why she don't get it? Because it's curses.
Because people aren't teaching her.
She's cursed.
She's
Exactly.
not being taught.
That's the whole point.
And you know,
Your people have the book.
my sister,
Our people don't have the book.
my sister was left. My sister's husband.
That's what we're trying to tell you.
My
We're
sister's
oppressed.
husband left
We're,
her,
we're
right?
not given
My
the knowledge
sister's
that y'all
husband
got.
left her. She had a
Exactly.
child.
And you still
My
sit up there
sisters-
and make it seem like, yeah, you guys are stupid.
No,
Right.
I never said that.
We just were never
I
given
never
knowledge like
said
you.
that.
Y'all-
No, not-
y'all-
not
y'all
you.
were given-
Not
I
you
never
personally.
said she
Not
was
you
stupid.
personally. No,
Do
no, no.
not do that.
She
Calm
is
down. I'm not
okay?
talking
She
about you
is
personally.
stupid.
I mean,
No, she's
I'm not talking about you
uninformed.
personally.
Exactly.
Schools
Uneducated,
don't
right?
teach that.
Exactly what we're telling you.
That's what we've been telling
That's
you.
exactly what we've been saying the
Why-
whole
That's why
time.
you're saying they're equal. How is that equal?
We're touching.
We can't go in your neighborhood and go to your schools and they
Exactly.
teach us the same thing. Okay? Our
No,
neighborhood
but you
is
can
not
come
like
to my
that.
house and I will teach you that because I taught my niece that. My
Awesome.
niece.
You.
my
We're
niece-
talking about a nation, not you
Exactly.
No,
personally.
honey,
Exactly.
that's
Stop
fine.
being. It's not
But-
personal.
but you're
It's a
expecting-
nation.
How come you don't go down to the hood?
Yeah,
And
you
then
don't go. Yeah,
have classes.
Because
you don't have a
because I
class.
don't want
You
people
keep.
I would love that, but they can all argue and fight with me. I would love to help more people.
And that's the curses.
Right?
Exactly.
I
That's
just
what
And
we're
that's
trying
the
to tell you. That's
curses on
all.
our people.
I
Curses
wanna
They're
on
out
our
of their
people.
minds.
So when you keep
All
trying
I
to tell
wanna
be
teach-
equality has killed us. We can't be equal to you.
Right.
So guess what? For us to be on that level
You
above,
can be equal
it's
to me.
no, sweetie, stop.
You think you can't.
Not in this society we can't.
Lorraine.
Don't say can't.
We can't.
Don't use that word.
Lorraine.
You can.
We
Once
can't
again, when I
in
say
society.
equal to you, you keep thinking like I said before, it's over
Bro,
your head.
even on their level, it's impossible to
Right.
do it in this
Right.
society.
Do you know
They
Candace
won't
Owens?
let it
Do you
happen.
know who Candace Owens is? Do you
She's
know
a
Candace
she's a
Owens?
coon. Yeah, we know who she is.
She's a what?
A coon.
What is that? That's a derogative term, isn't
Oh,
it?
It sure
no.
is.
Why
Oh
are
my
you using
gosh.
that?
Because that's what she is.
Why?
She loves the so-called white man. She loves
You got
black
your hands
people
full,
being
my man.
killed.
Oh, come on.
We gotta pray for Mike.
I'm like, boy,
No, you're right.
oh,
Tonight we're gonna pray for you, Mike. We're gonna pray for
I
you,
wish you
Mike.
guys the best.
We-
You too,
we
Mike.
wish
look,
you
Mike,
the best,
look,
but-
Mike, like, gotta get out of this one.
Don't worry, Mike. We're
Keep
gonna
your
pray for you, good buddy.
proselytizing. Take care.
All right, Mike.
Get a pair of scissors and learn how to cut hair. You will make a ton of money. $200,000 a year. Just be done with it and stop worrying about what was happening in the past.
Got you.
Okay,
Move forward.
Lorraine.
Mike,
Thanks, Lorraine.
Mike,
Move forward.
Thanks,
please.
Mike,
Lorraine.
be a man. Get her chain, Mike.
She like Jake. She blowing kisses. My husband right there.
Right,
She
hold
blowing
it right
kisses?
there. She gonna
She
blow a
said,
kiss.
like Jake.
You
Yeah,
blowing
kisses.
kisses?
You ain't see it?
Oh my damn.
No, I didn't see those shit. Blowing kisses. He got to pull her away.
They
kept doing this the whole time.
right.
She
They're
was trying to kiss
social-
Shia. She was trying to kiss Shia. She was all like this.
Yeah,
All for
yeah, I
Shia
was
like
like-
this.
Like, come on. I had to take a step back. He got right here. I'm like, dude, come on.
He said, "Yo, you try to take my girl, cuz?"
Yeah. He got right hand, so I put his hands behind his back. I'm like this. Don't do it.
They think carnally, so they can't
Yeah,
understand.
she
like they
can't
can't.
get it.
Yeah,
She can't
it's
get it.
over their head. Like, what do you
can't get
mean? What do you mean money's bad? What do
He's
you
talking
mean?
about some like they don't have education. That's what we're trying to tell you. We're oppressed, and they're not educating us. That's what we're trying to say.
That's the whole thing. They put us at a level. They put us at the bottom. Excuse me.
That's their whole thing. Y'all gotta apply yourselves.
Excuse me.
How?
Another one.
Yeah.
Another one.
DJ Khaled, another one.
They love Esau Edom.
Nah. They put us at the bottom, and then they try to make it seem like, okay, cool, you're at the bottom, but we still gonna make it seem like y'all equal to us. So then when we fell at that, it's like, yeah, y'all look at y'all. Y'all can't even you can't even graduate high school. Meanwhile, he got to go home to guns, drugs. He might get killed. Okay.
Murderers, rapists. Yeah,
My only mom in the house. You know what I'm saying? It's so much,
Right.
man.
It's not. First of all, we're not on equal playing field.
Come
They
on.
talking about some. Why you ain't? We're not on equal. We're not on equal playing field. But y'all want us. Y'all wanted to pretend like y'all doing something. God. Like look at y'all failing, nigga. You got everything handed to you. And in some cases, we still rise above y'all,
And that
even being at the bottom.
And that goes to show you how weak they are as a nation. That you, in your mind, you gotta literally oppress a whole nation just for you to feel comfortable with yourself
And to be on top.
and to be on top.
Bro, if it was equal playing ground, it'd be a wrap.
It'd be easy.
If they even made it a little bit equal, just a little bit equal, it'd be a wrap.
I don't want to
Put J.K.
I
Khan.
want servants.
Exactly.
No. I'm talking about equal.
Just in their system.
Equal opportunities here.
Khan.
If they were to do that here, I ain't gonna be equal to them. I'm talking equal to opportunity. We got to do it like you were saying. We got to do it with one parent.
Khan.
They got two parents.
Right.
So since they got two parents, it's more time for them to be
Right.
at home and to teach their
Khan.
children.
My mom,
With one
40,
parent-
40, 50 hours a week.
Right.
I'm
Right.
taking care of the,
Right.
my little sibling. You know what I
Right.
mean?
And we don't even know shit.
Right.
We teaching our siblings
Right.
not shit because we don't know shit.
And
Right.
what did that? Slavery.
Exactly.
We're still feeling the effects of slavery.
Right.
That's what I try to tell her. That's still suffering from the curses from what happened to our ancestors.
To this day.
And they keep saying, just
Yeah.
be equal. We're equal. We're
Right.
not equal.
Apply yourself.
Khan.
Oh yeah, it's that simple, asshole.
Yeah.
It's that simple, asshole.
Because they think we're that low. Like, just apply
Yeah.
yourself. It's so simple.
Yeah.
You guys are that stupid?
It's
Like, no.
respectful,
It's,
right.
Khan. That's why I'm like, I hear what you're saying. I'm not stupid.
That's like, how about you? Matter of fact, you got that Deuteronomy
They
28?
want us to accept that.
Done.
Forget about slavery, y'all. Forget about
Yeah, that's what she
all
said.
of that.
Fuck
Yeah.
that. We got to remember
No,
9/11 every year.
No. We're not going to forget.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
See, we're not going to just rise up. It ain't no nigga just apply yourself and be like us. That's Yahweh Shemel Shah is not going to allow us to happen. Even and then the ones who are not under the curses, right? The ones who actually follow him and obey him, he's not even going to let them rise up because he got to keep them on a certain leash.
Yep. You got to be humble.
This is Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteousness, decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed.
Now, right now, like I said, the curses are what the curses are. But Yahweh Shemel Shah is using Esau to bring those curses out. Yahweh Shemel Shah is using Esau to bring these curses out with unrighteous decrees. What he did to the natives, the guy literally laughed and said, the Native Americans are the Israelites. Ha, 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 ha. That's a joke. That's a joke.
And as you saw that, you could tell he knows about the Israelites because that wasn't his first time hearing it. He was familiar with it. He told us he basically was up in the federal government. So they know who we are. That's why his whole thing is to try to continue to debunk stuff. But then when we start talking about the mark of the beast, he's like, babe, I'm down. Like, we're not gonna. He's like, yeah, y'all might want to calm down with talking about the government.
But he
Like,
knows about it.
that's what I mean.
That's why he said he not
Exactly.
taking
That's
it.
why he didn't want it.
I don't have people track.
Absolutely.
But she said, I'll take it if I gotta do this or I go to jail.
Her thing was money in jail.
Done.
But he said he ain't taking it because he already know how they track people. He already know about Snowden, Eric Snowden. That's the guy's name.
Yeah.
He already know about all that shit. The government knows about this shit, so they're not gonna be dumb enough. The workers already know what it's hitting for, so they don't want to take it. Now they're weak and their spirits are weak, so when it comes down to it, more than likely they're going to take it anyway. But the point is, they don't want to take it, and they know what it's hitting for.
Done.
You want that? You got one? This is Ezekiel chapter 3. 2. Matter of fact, Ezekiel 3:17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me.
And that's what we have to do. We have to warn you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that our power is about to judge the whole world, okay? We were given this knowledge, okay, as a mercy shot, basically. And in doing so, we got to give it back to our people. But there's also, actually also have to come back to the laws, statutes, and commandments that were given unto us, man. These people, they didn't realize, they keep talking about, money and money this, money that, and it's all China's fault. It doesn't matter. They're not understanding. Why? Because they're carnal. So they are still in this right-left paradigm. They're not looking at it as God's just about to judge the world. No,
God's controlling.
God, he's
all you gotta
controlling.
do is get the right person in office.
Right.
So we're gonna put a certain person in, and then the cops are
He's
gonna
gonna
start killing us.
he's gonna change my personal life.
The cops are gonna start killing people.
That don't even make sense. Man,
We're gonna start being oppressed now.
Done.
That don't make no. Get the fuck out
and
of
that goes. That's once again. That's a part of that Jesus spirit, man. Sitting up here telling you, go ahead, believe in another nation. Come on, we got you. Believe in us. No, man, that don't even make sense, man. Yeah, we're equal.
Y'all can be equal just like us. Y'all can be where we're at. First off, why would we cheat? Why would we cheat ourselves like that? We're better than you devils. Y'all a bunch of pedophiles, rapists. Y'all down with bestiality.
You gotta pretty much be wicked to feel comfortable here, man.
Sorcerers.
Yeah. So why would we subscribe to that? You know?
Why would we sink to y'all level?
That just doesn't make sense.
Damn, devils is going down.
That's right.
This is Amos 9 and verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord God are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, says the Lord.
That's right. So the Lord, he is watching this sinful kingdom, okay? And he said he's going to destroy this place. And how is that going to happen? Through thermonuclear weapons, man, okay? Through World War III. You're going to have over 200 million missiles being dropped on this nation, man. But the Lord said also during that, he's not going to destroy the whole house of Israel. So there's going to be a remnant of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that make it out of this, okay? But you have to repent, come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, and you men, okay, you have to preach on the highways and byways, but you have to have brotherly love, man. You have to give that love back to your people. Build one another up, okay? We're not in the time of destroying our nation. That's why the Lord gave us this understanding in these times, man. That's a part of that mercy. So he showed us mercy. Let's show our nation mercy. Those who are in the fold, so to speak, in the sense of understanding the Israelites. You treat brothers with love, with patience, with kindness. But your nation, the 2/3, you don't know who 2/3 are, so you still treat them with respect, man. Show them their transgressions, okay? But you don't sit up there and see somebody.
But not only show them their transgressions, but also pray that they wake up. Because that's one of the things that Yahushua said we got to do. Not only give them the knowledge, but also pray for them. That's because a lot of guys they already got down giving our people the knowledge to a degree. They got that down. But when it comes to actually praying for them afterwards, now it's like, we don't know nothing about that. When Yahushua seen that Peter was basically like waning, what happened? He said, I pray for you that your faith not fail. And he said, when you get yourself up, I want you to lift your people up too.
You know, actually, look, this is Galatians chapter 6. I started verse 1. It says, brethren, if a man be overtaken in fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such as one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest also thou be tempted. So basically, if you have a brother that's low, okay, or he might be going through something, you don't boast or you don't continue to kick that man. You get low with him. Look, we're gonna get through this together. This is the scriptures that's gonna help us get through this. Okay, when the low are low, you go with that, and then when we come up, we're gonna rejoice together. It says, bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Yahushua. So if we bear each other's burdens, basically showing that love, building with one another, then that pleases the Father, man. That's what this is about. Building. We are building right now. The heathen, they're being crumbled. Their society's going down. We're building right now. Our nation is, once again, what they say, the third temple, that's us. We're the church of Yahushua.
Yeah, and the fold is the church.
Con.
It's not this camp. It's not that camp. It's not this camp. It's not the camp over there. The camp over here. Okay, the temple that's being built, that church is that's the fold. Okay, not one church, not one camp is the church. Okay, ain't no such thing. Our people as a whole, when we're being built up, we're trying to all get into that specific church. Because just because you're in a specific camp, that doesn't mean you're in a church and you're going to get salvation, so to speak. Yeah, car. Because he said it's about building, right? Well, let's see how you build according to the Bible. Because a lot of people think, oh, well, you build with knowledge, so to speak. Well, let's see what the Bible says.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 1. Now, as touching these things offered unto idols, we know that we all have knowledge.
We all have knowledge.
Knowledge puffed up.
Knowledge puffing up. When you're going to puff up, it means like a temporary thing, a short burst. But what?
But charity edifieth.
So charity, when you go to edify, it means build. When you go into charity, it means love, agape. So it says love builds. Knowledge doesn't build. Love builds. Okay, you can give somebody knowledge on something, right? And they can use it any way they want to use it. But when you give them love, that's a whole other thing.
And that goes into not using liberty for occasion.
Right? We can't use this liberty for an occasion. But Yahushua gave us this grace period. We got to use it to love one another. That's literally what it says. Don't use this liberty for an occasion, but love one another. That's what we're supposed to do in this liberty. Loving one another. We gotta love and pray for all the people that we come across. We don't just, I ain't saying like we just literally like lay down at night and say, I want to pray for all of Israel. No, but if a Jake comes up and you come across a specific Jake and he don't get it, he do get it, we're gonna pray for him.
I pray, brother, that you get this. You know what I mean?
Even if he's scoffing.
Right.
We pray you wake up out of it. That's what I was telling you the other week.
I was just about to say, Con, when a guy sat here and he came by, he's driving his bike and he act like he shot me with the gun, man, we pray that dude come out that spirit, man. We don't want, man, fuck you.
Right.
All right, wait till I'm done, bro. I'm gonna say, nah, man, no. That dude is clearly a demon on him. We're sitting up here preaching the word for him. He can't see it now. Lord's will, he gets it.
And it's up to us to be the bigger man and try to help him up out of that.
And that's a part, and once again, that's a part of the spirit of Yahushua, of having that meekness, man.
You know what it started off, bro? Remember when Yahushua was coming to the disciples, he walking on water? And Peter was like, Lord, if you are who you say you are, let me come out to you.
God.
He started walking out, he started falling.
Yeah.
He was like, Lord, help me. Yeah. And Yahushua pulled him up. He ain't say, Lord, nigga, you ain't got no faith. Yeah. Fuck out of here, cuz. I'm gonna let you drown.
And you was in the fold.
Yeah.
You ain't got no faith, bro.
He picked him up.
All this time I've been with you and you drowning. Fuck out of here, cuz. They're just like the video where Vegeta, he was like, Vegeta, help me up. He said, sure. Threw him in the air and blew him to bits.
Right.
He said, you're a disgrace.
Right.
What?
Exactly.
Not knowing that when Saiyans get hurt, they come back stronger than ever when they recover. And their technology, they can heal anything with their technology. So he just killed his man for nothing. For nothing, he killed his man. And just the same thing with this. When we see our people down and out, you got to understand that anybody can come back. I mean, the 2/3 are the 2/3, but what I'm saying is we don't know that. So you can't potentially look at a person and say, oh, that's 2/3, man. We know he's going to die. Let's not try to help him out. We don't know that. Technically, anybody could potentially wake up because we don't know who's who. Nobody here got the list of who the 2/3 elect are.
And that's why you want to remain in the fruit of the spirit anyway. You just don't know. That's why you gotta try to remain humble, man. We can have all the knowledge. I can have all the breakdowns, everything. Think I'm just A1 out here. If I'm not showing this brother love or another brother love, it does not matter. Everything I'm doing is null and void. I'm gonna be sitting up there, Lord.
Bro, if you a random nigga, if you treat a random nigga on the street like shit, it could be null and void.
Why? Because we are now an example. Us giving this, the Lord showing us this understanding and giving us our heritage back. We have to take the high road now. Now you have to take up that cross every day. What's a part of that? Those basically being humble, man. So you may be in situations to where you have to take the quote unquote high road, where you could have turned up on somebody, but that's a part of those burdens, man. That's a part of the spirit, being in the fruit of the spirit, man.
It's like these so-called celebrities. They can't act like everybody else. LeBron can't just make a video smoking weed, or
his son did, and they went crazy. They was
Exactly.
like, bro, what are you doing? You're not a good dad. You're not...
but a regular person do it. It's like,
Yeah,
he's just a nigga.
exactly.
But when you hit a certain level, you expected to do a certain thing. And Yahweh Shemi Shai is looking at us like those celebrities. He's looking at us like those public figures. He expects us, since we know this, he expects us to take the high road. He expects us to be better than everybody else. He's expecting this to happen.
Why? Because guess what? Didn't the Lord say we're a holy nation? Holy meaning separate. So once again, you're going to be separate. You're not going to be in the spirit that everyone else is in. And a part of that is, once again, taking the high road, man.
That's right. You got one?
I'm still in Galatians 6. I'm jumped down to 10. It says, as we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith.
Watch this. Watch this. And that's a cut. For the people say, oh, you crazy, man. You crazy. You bugged out, man. You don't be praying for people that's not doing good. You don't do that. Well, this says unto the house, all men, especially to them in the household of faith. Shalom.
Shalom.
So what does that tell you? It's talking about the people who are in the faith. Now you see the sister right there. She got she's wearing pants, whatever. We could have been like, man, you F you. You're not dressing right. I'm gonna dare say that to us. What's wrong with you? But no, man, we not in a time war for our people. She could literally go home, start talking to her sister. Her sister tell her her nephew. He comes back out like, yeah, my aunt told me y'all be out here, this and the third. And then there you go, boom. Somebody that could be of the elect. Now he repented. Now he's going to come out and do the work.
That's a part of that faith. Let the Lord work.
Exactly.
Let him. He got everything set up. He just once again, he wants you to be an example. That's it.
Mm-hmm. On the flip side, we could have been cursing her out, and she could have made some calls.
Shalom. You get your man out here. You got no pants. You a dick.
Right. And now the opposite.
Am I building? Exactly. Right. Are we building?
Now she making calls. Now we got to deal with a whole bunch of other problems potentially.
Or look, you can say, she can say, oh, that Israelite stuff,
it's fake.
Exactly. Because that one instance where we went off for her,
and that's on us now. Right? That's on us.
Turn away from the truth.
That's on us.
Exactly. That's why this is not something to play with, man. Once again, the brother said it. We're pretty much becoming those celebrities, and in doing so, I'm thinking now, basically righteous celebrities. We're coming into that time. So therefore, how the celebrities are wicked on the left-hand side, they got ice, they got girls, they got this, everything's wicked. Now the Lord's going to exalt us in that righteous position.
Right-hand side.
Exactly. So guess what? There's things that you have to, there's a certain order you have to follow, man. You can't call yourself a prince of the power, but you're sitting up here acting like the damn common man. It don't work like that, man.
It's just a regular.
Yeah, this is a damn regular old Joe.
Right.
You sit up here, you got the keys to the city, you got the keys to the kingdom, but you want to act like everybody else.
I'm gonna bring this right here with the brother Karaf in Atlanta said. It's Proverbs 16:27. An ungodly man thinketh up evil, and his lips there is a burning fire. Woo! It says ungodly man thinking up evil. That's what he's thinking up, man.
Boy, he constantly looking for something. Yeah. He constantly, when you dig, you're trying to dig a hole. So what is he doing? He's digging a hole, but he's digging he's in a total spirit that's making him fall, man. You're just looking for mischief. You're looking for something to stir up in Israel.
Job 4:8. Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same.
So you're gonna reap that spirit that you were in when you weren't trying to show that love, and you were trying to cut people. Okay, you were trying to you weren't trying to build that nation. Guess what?
Yourself.
The Lord, He's gonna return that upon you, man. That's why you got to be circumspect in this thing and realize this isn't about you personally, man. You got to come in that spirit of your how about you, how shot.
This is good morning. Yo. This is Matthew 16, and verse 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever loses his life for my name's sake shall find it. And how do we how do we lose our life here? By putting ourselves on the back burner. Like somebody might disrespect us, and then we might not even, and then we let it slide. We take that higher road. That's a form of so-called losing your life.
Examples like when I first came to the highways, I think all the time, but the Lord was attacked. As soon as we came to the highway, what did he do? Man, right? I'm like, I've never been in this. Please don't hit him. Please don't hit him. I'm like, bro, talk about you. I hope you don't hit him. I'm like, yo, I've never been in this. This never happened. But I think the spirit was on me. Like, bro, you're not out here for yourself. You knew that when you came out here. This is what happened. You know? So therefore, I can't be caught in this. That's the old man, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense? If you're going, once again, the Lord, He's got to put you in those situations and test you. But you have to be, you got to take the high ground, you know? You may say, oh, you took an L, right? Hey, that's what you're saying. That's a part of the glory, man. You're taking those L's, man. Guess what? When the Lord come back, He's going to restore you, man. He's going to restore those W's. That's why our end is better than our beginning.